But let's get into this. Listen, a lot of times, and I know how you feel, like I've been there. And, you know, whether it's somebody leaving our life, whether it's something that's happened to us, whether it's something that we're experiencing, you know, pain, right? Setback, heartache, you know, all of these things in our life that's negative. I want to tell you right now that there's more to your life. If you have breath, and I know that might seem very generic, but I want to be honest with you. There's more to your life than what you're currently going through. There's more to your life than what you're experiencing. And you might say, well, Trent, how do you know? I know because I've been there. I know how it feels to be at a point where I feel like my life is over. There's nothing more to my life. My past had my best days. You know, my future has nothing for me. There's no point of living anymore. I mean, my greatest times, my highlights were over. That's the negative mindset, right? The negative seeds that situation might have planted in you. The negative seeds that loss might have planted in you. And those things tend to grow. And the more we suffer more losses, the more we feel like there's nothing more for our life. And so I want to tell you, like I always tell you, and I will say this to the day that I check out of this earth, it's just a chapter, right? You might have bad chapters, but there's more to be written. There's more to be written. If you're watching this right now, which you are because you're on here, there's more to be written. There's more than that loss. There's more than that heartbreak. There's more than that chapter that's over. There's more to be written. And I wanted to share this because a lot of people ask, like, Trent, well, what's the steps? You know, what's the steps? What steps do I take? And I don't always give steps because a lot of times in our journey, the steps are different for everybody. I can't tell you that if you do exactly this, this will change your life. But I will share my personal experiences with you. I will share what helped me get out my struggle, what helped me get out that time in my life where I felt like there's nothing else more to my life. Like that situation left my life, that person left my life. Now my life is over. I know how you feel. There's two words that I held on to, that really like changed my life. And it's simple. It's simple. Those two words were, what if? What if? You know, when I was at my lowest, I said, you know, what if there's more to my life? What if there's a better relationship for me in the future than the one that I just lost? What if I can actually grow from my pain? What if my future does have my best days? What if there is a better purpose? What if there's something more to my life? And honestly, those what if words, like that's what kept me going. And it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Like that slim chance of hope that I had, right? That slim chance of hope, that slim like chance of it could be something more, like kept me going. It got me out of my struggle. So what did I do? I started to experience what if. So I started to challenge myself. I started to change certain things in my life. You know, I started to change my environment. I had to, and this is one thing that I want to challenge you guys with is this. And I want to tell you guys to do. When you evaluate your life right now in your what if stage, one thing that you can do, or two things you can do, is ask yourself this question. What is it in my life that's making me feel the way I feel? And if you can control that. If you can change that, should I say, change it. If you can't, let it go. But that's the question I asked myself. I was like, what is it in my life that needs to change, that can't afford to be in my life anymore? What is it? And I made a change to my life. Something very small. Like I said, man, the smallest step in the journey, when you look back, will be your biggest step. And then the other thing I asked myself is, what is it that I could do to better my life? And so for me, this is where RehabTime was born, the what if stage. So what did I start doing? I started going to the gym. I said, you know what? I'm going to better my life physically. I started growing closer to God. I said, I'm going to start bettering my life spiritually. And I started watching tons of interviews. And I still watch interviews to this day. I just started watching people. And I just started watching people's mindset and watching inspiration, watching inspirational videos. I just started changing my mindset. And those things started to grow. And as I started to progress, and it was hard work, right? As I started to progress, though, I started to see like a small little light at the end of the tunnel. Like a small little light. And I held on to that light. So the first stage is like the what if stage. If you can just find something to say, just what if. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.